Talk more about retail sales. The National Retail Federation reports more than 165 million people are expected to shop this Black Friday and through the weekend. For many retailers, a huge chunk of their sales are made over these next few days.
But as with most things, the holiday shopping season going to look a lot different due to the pandemic. Joining us live this morning to talk more about that is Jennifer Nofli. She's the executive director for Portland State's Center for Retail Leadership. Thanks for being here with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we just saw in Melody's report at Fred Meyer, the crowds not like what we've seen in past years. So how is Black Friday changing this year?
I think for one thing, the Black Friday has extended. We don't see it just happening on one day. It's really been a month-long event. I think we all started getting emails and information about the sales much sooner than Friday. So it's really been a longer extended period with obviously people still looking at Friday as traditional, but just a longer period of time.
How do you think the pandemic is changing how many people choose to shop online as opposed to actually going to a physical brick and mortar?
Absolutely. I think you just referenced a National Retail Federation, and I think other experts are really projecting that more people are going to be doing online shopping this year. People still want to go touch and experience and go into brick and mortar stores, as you saw with the Fred Meyer's story. But I really think that people are trying to be more mindful of COVID and being safer in their shopping. So they're choosing to do more online. And because the sales started earlier, they can get a head start on shopping online.
Yeah, and so the sales, as you mentioned, did start a lot earlier. So, we're used to having this Cyber Monday be the big event online. How is that going to look different this year? Is that even worth waiting for at this point?
They're actually talking about like Cyber Week now. Again, similar to Black Friday, we saw that extended over a longer period of time. And I think Cyber Monday also is an extended to a week long. And honestly, a lot of the sales we were seeing for Black Friday were also online. So I really think that the definition of Cyber Monday has been extended, just as we saw with Black Friday, to a longer period of time.
How do you think this will affect retailers after the holiday season? After you get that gift that you want to return or whatever the case may be, a reason to go back afterwards. How's the pandemic changing all of this?
Well, I think the returns is a big issue right now with the supply chain and how people are handling returns given COVID. I do think that more people may be opting to do gift cards as an option for people so that they can shop online with a gift card. So I do think there will be sales continuing after the holidays as people get gift cards and go and buy another thing or add another thing to their cart when they use that gift card. So again, I think that the holiday shopping period is just going to be longer this year.
Okay, and any differences here in Oregon? Because I was looking at some of the national video, and some other places in the country, there were the big lines and the big crowds. We're not seeing that really in Oregon. So any differences here as far as how the retailers are adapting and changing things around?
Absolutely. Well, I think, and I always think of the small businesses and our small, we've got so many amazing small businesses that are really struggling through this. And I think they have all are trying to pivot and offer an online experience with the brick and mortar. So, the governor is limiting capacity in the stores to about 75%. And so I think retailers in store are trying to be really careful so that customers can have a safe shopping period time, but also to make sure that they are practicing social distancing and other reasons. So they're kind of spreading it out a little bit. So in terms of Oregon, I do think people will be shopping online, but I still think there will be people trying to support our local businesses and being mindful of how they shop to be safe.
How tough has it been for retailers to actually pivot during these times? This is so unusual from anything that we've dealt with in the past. In terms of retailers making investments to encourage social distancing, the capacity, how tough was it to pivot this season?
I think it really depends on the size of the business. Obviously, larger businesses have more resources to devote to making that pivot, whether it's protecting their employees and customers or shifting to an online seamless experience. Obviously, smaller businesses have fewer resources to do it, so I think it's harder for them. And to really survive right now, you have to have an online presence. And so I think that's been really tough for people to build out a website. And not only do you have the external facing website and marketing materials, you have to have the fulfillment and the back end, right? So some small businesses have had to convert their businesses in the front end into like a fulfillment center in the back end. And that's really challenging just to make all those changes. And usually, you're a smaller operation, so you have fewer resources to dedicate to that. But I think we've seen some amazing people pivot and come together. I think about Built Oregon and how they've created this website featuring a lot of small businesses. My People's Market is another one. And then the mayor's office launched a website featuring small business too. So I think there's a lot of amazing people coming together to support our small businesses so that we all have a really successful holiday season.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us this morning. That's Jennifer Nofli with Portland State University. Have a great rest of your day.